I am doing a quick video to test some of the shotgun microphones I own. The Sony ECM-B10, the RØDE VideoMic Pro Plus, and the Zoom SGH-6. To do this, I'm going to be doing interview-style setups, which is my most common use as a solo documentary filmmaker. I've used both the Sony and Zoom microphones extensively in my work, but the RØDE VideoMic just came in last week and I needed to put it through the test to see if I should keep all three. Here I have the Sony A7 IV with my RØDE mic on it. Here I have my Sony A7C with the Sony mic on it. And then off to the side I have my Zoom SGH-6. All are mounted approximately the same distance from the end of their end of the microphone to me. As close as possible, but while I do some of these setups, I will be moving the zoom closer just to demonstrate how beneficial it is to have a off-camera microphone. This is my second setup. This is a little wider, a little more full body than I would typically do. We have a pretty heavily trafficked street just behind me over there. Birds flying around, a little bit of work being done around me. But this is about a 9 foot away distance. So not unreasonable if you're using a longer lens. Right now I have a 24mm zoomed in and a 40mm. This is about the angle. You're getting about 40mm equivalent. So if you were shooting an interview with about probably 70mm, this would be about the distance I'd expect. Cropped in more to around here, which is pretty typical for an interview situation. And now I've pulled the Zoom microphone, since that can be detached from my camera, much closer to me, and you can hear how much of a difference it makes having this Zoom just a few feet away from me instead of 9 or so feet away from me. Pretty noticeable difference in my mind, and can, one, pick up a bit more of the background audio, but if you can lower your input gain, you can actually get a more clear image of the interviewee's voice. Of course, this isn't exactly a typical location with cars going by, but lots of times I will do outside interviews where there is noise, and sometimes I can actually benefit to an interview. And so here we have a little bit more of a typical interview setup. I shoot a lot of interviews in subjects' homes, so it can be kind of crazy entering there. You can't always modify what it looks like, and so in this case I'm in a recently moved home. Lots of boxes around me, mirrors on the floor, things that are needing to get put away. In situations like this, it can be difficult to choose between using something like an on-camera mic that you can just slap on or already have on versus trying to find a better position for a off-camera mic. And so right now I have the Sony's recording the Sony and RØDE mics on camera. Those are about 5 feet away from me, maybe 4. And then I have the Zoom SGH-6 still just barely a foot and a half in front of me. And so I'll cycle through these so you can tell which ones are better. I have the Sony's recording the Sony and RØDE mics on camera. Those are about 5 feet away from me, maybe 4. And then I have the Zoom SGH-6 still just barely a foot and a half in front of me. And so I'll cycle through these so you can tell which ones are better. The Sony's recording the Sony and RØDE mics on camera. Those are about 5 feet away from me, maybe 4. And then I have the Zoom SGH-6 still just barely a foot and a half in front of me. And so I'll cycle through these so you can tell which ones are better. So, what do you think? Do you think it's worth carrying one of these larger microphones over something like this Sony ECM? I personally will always keep an off-camera microphone in my setup. It's absolutely essential for anyone that is trying to record the highest quality audio. And this isn't even the most expensive recorder and shotgun microphone you can get. This is actually a rather budget one. I think I got this for $100 or less, and both of these on-camera microphones were clocked in somewhere over $200. While this Sony is the absolute minimum amount of work in terms of capturing pretty good quality audio, even just being able to get this off-camera microphone a few feet closer has really improved audio for me in a couple situations. These on-camera microphones are great for people that vlog and that sort of stuff. Don't want to have a bunch of different things to set up. This one particularly just plugs right in and it works. This one you have one cable and it works. Both are exceptional microphones. If you're just about ease and the most easy things you could use, both of these are feeding audio directly into the cameras, and so it's all synced up. This one I do have to manually sync with my video, which can be quite a pain. Between the two on-camera mics, I think the Rode beats out the Sony slightly. It sounds more natural and a little less tinny, however it is a bit more noisy. I do think for the size, the Sony wins some points. I've carried it in my pocket on plenty of occasions where I wasn't able to carry more kit or I just needed something hassle-free. The Rode might fit in a coat pocket, but as I mentioned, anytime I want good audio, which is always, I separate it from my camera. So I think I might sell the Rode and keep running my Sony and Zoom combo. Maybe eventually I'll upgrade my Zoom microphone or recorder, as they are a bit noisy, but for now I think it's going to work. As a solo and self-funded traveling filmmaker, I have to remind myself that the marginal 5% quality increase usually isn't worth it if it keeps me from completing my goals during a shoot. The Sony takes zero effort to set up and gets good backup audio. If I'm carrying an off-camera mic anyway, the benefits of a slightly better backup microphone diminish significantly. Please let me know if you think I'm wrong. I'm not just reviewing these mics for the sake of a video, but really am trying to decide on which I'll continue to travel with. Thanks for watching.